Hey, I'm here with James.
Hi.
Yeah, we're getting to the tail end of these. All right, so James has worked here for about 3 years. He started in assembly, and okay, so what's the guy? I really don't even remember those early years. He was in our third studio on 300 North, and actually, did you work when we were just on the top level?
Yep.
Yeah, you started right about the time we moved in there.
Yeah.
Right?
I started like 1 month after we moved in there.
Right, so 1 month after the Badger hole, we were in this upstairs office.
So I missed the move.
And, yeah, good for you, Johnny come lately. So James became lead assembler, and now he does inquiries, which is really a pretty big job.
It is.
Big job.
That's
Okay,
fun.
so brief life history.
I was born in Minnesota. My mom and dad split up when I was 4. One of my earliest memories of my dad was the Harley in the living room. Both my mom and dad rode with the Hells Angels for a while. My mom was a bouncer in a biker bar, so I grew up with that, hence the look, I guess. Today I don't have my rings on, but Sean commented Saturday I came in and had rings on my fingers. So, so when I'm out of here, I got my chain on my wallet, and the whole 9 yards, but grew up outside of Houston, Texas. Then when I was 14, my mom left my stepdad and moved around, ended up going to 11 different high schools between Minnesota and Texas, and ultimately graduated in Minnesota, moved back down to Texas, and met my wife online.
Right.
So, met her in a chat room of all places. So it does work, because my wife and I have been married for 11 years now. So.
All right.
Yeah.
So talk about wargaming. How'd you get into it? What do you play?
I'm almost ashamed to say, because my friends and I, we used to put together model cars. We were entered into a bunch of contests and stuff, and we basically got bored. So we started making Mad Maxian style cars and whatnot. And got bored of that, so we were just looking for something else. At the local bookstore, we saw a box set of Imperial Space Marines with a rather thick rulebook on the front entitled Rogue Trader. So I started with that. We ended up getting the box, splitting it between 3 people, trying to figure out the rules, started playing, got into 40K, second edition, really hot and heavy, had at the time about 6,000 points of Blood Angels in the old Hero Hammer. So yeah, and then I've played 40K off and on. That's really what got me started. But I've played old Battletech, the old FASA models, Shadowrun. I did a lot of the miniatures and stuff for the old RPG for Shadowrun. So, and Rifts. I had some Rifts models back in the day. So, and in fact, when my son was born, a little over 10 years ago, he was born premature. He spent 3 months in the neonatal intensive care unit, and I lived in a hotel room with my wife. And during that time, the Tau had first come out. So I bought the Tau Battle Force box, and I was assembling it, and made a comment to my wife at that point. It's like, how awesome would it be to be able to get paid to put these things together? And my wife told me I was nuts and told me I'd never be able to find a job like that.
Right.
Here I am.
Ta-da! If you can dream it.
Exactly.
All right, quirky skill or unusual talent?
I've got lots of like weird things that I can do.
Like I talk like this a lot sometimes because it's fun.
All right, that counts. That was your one thing that you picked.
Yep.
All right.
That's my claim to fame.
Thanks a lot, James.
Thank you.
That's James, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't do your compliment. I want to say James really didn't touch on his strength, which is true organizational ability. And rarely do I find someone that is better at it than me, of crunching numbers and really being able to tinker with entire systems. And so I really am lucky to have James on board. He's been a real strength, and like everybody here, he has grown professionally and personally because of Blue Table Painting.
For sure.
And I think that's a really great thing about this company. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sean.